How's it going, fellas? We are back on the Coast Guard Dynasty for episode 3. Just simming to the next week. As you can see, we have a little bit of recruiting going on. We also have a lot of people that are prepared to leave our program. Shocker. It's almost like they want to win. But we have guys like Jaden Bowie here. One interception. He balled out. He won Player of the Week. Last week when we played Air Force and we picked up our first W, so that was beautiful to see. If you haven't watched that episode, go back and check it out. But this week we are taking on Cignetti in Indiana, who just won the national championship this week. But they are 1-1 in this dynasty, so not very accurate. We have 150 points to spend on recruits. I'm actually going to go ahead and I think I'm going to try to pick up another running back. I kind of just want as many as possible, I'm not going to lie. Nobody's ready for visits. It looks like we might. Pro Ellis, I might put a little bit more points into him. We don't have anything to really hard sell until we start winning a lot more games. So I think for sure we'll have to keep an eye out on all that. We'll put some points into this right tackle here. But overall, I think we're doing pretty decent in the recruiting aspects of things, I'm not going to lie. Considering our situation, it could be a lot worse. Elusive bruiser, athlete. A lot more running backs, I think. And we got locked out of with a lot of guys. We're going to go after this right guard because I feel like we just need some offensive linemen. I know we have 4 stars on the board, but again, those are just mostly running backs. So don't want to just go after those. We need an offensive line for the guys to run behind. We did get some more coaching points because we got an upgrade in whatever. But we are going to put 2 or 1 into online or offensive line transfers, and then we're going to put another one into the running backs. Probably should have done quarterbacks. I think it's all right for now. We're going to hopefully get a lot more upgrades throughout the season with wins, but we'll see how it goes. Freaking Lee Baker, man. He's gonna be baking. So we're going to just go ahead and hop into this game. Indiana's an 86 overall. We are a 57, so they are 29 points above us in overall, which, it is what it is. I think we're going to rock the Polar Bears today. We're going to come out in some swag. New uniforms. Haven't seen those. Hopefully it turns out pretty beautiful. You can't even see me down there. Let me get nice and close for you while we wait for this to load. Oh, there's Indiana. I think it might be a night game. It's a rain game. This is our kind of football, man. Pouring down rain. We're running the ball. Hopefully we just don't fumble too much, but this may be a trap game for Indiana. They're already starting 1-1. Didn't look over them at all, I'm not going to lie, and also didn't see who they lost to. I'm hoping it kind of just pops up. Wasn't a Big Ten opponent, we know that. But I think we have, I know it might be a long shot with, the 29 overall point difference, but it's rainy. It's 79 degrees outside. I bet it's humid as hell there. Their stadium, I think this is the first time I've ever played in Indiana Stadium. It actually looks pretty dope, not going to lie, now that it actually has people. We're going to get a nice block on the kickoff return, get to 25. That's not bad. Usually I get only to the 20, so pretty good there. Xavier Jarvis had a great game last week, I'm not going to lie. He's 73 overall. He's only a sophomore. He's played pretty well. First game against, I'm blanking on whoever we played. First game was not very good, but I believe in this game. First game against Maryland, he threw 4 picks, so we're just going to try to run the ball a lot with this one. We got some good backs. There's Teague. Real quick, I know that we had Tyson get injured. I'm going to take a look at that real quick to see what he was. Broken ribs, he'll be out multiple weeks, and so is Kobe Garland. So we're going to be relying a lot on Teague and Strickland on the ground, and probably a lot of Jarvis on the ground, because realistically, he's good. I think he may be our fastest player, which is kind of crazy. We're not going to get anything there. The guy was sitting on it. I didn't want to pitch it just for it to get nothing, so we are going to have to throw the ball. I do run a lot of triple option. If you haven't watched any episodes before this, we stick to the military, alignment. We're going to throw the check down here against their star corner. We break the tackle. Good play by Foreman there to get the first down. I honestly thought the DB was going to make a play there, but you love to not see that happen. So we're going to probably hand this one up the middle. Probably should have kept it. Not doing last week against Air Force. I was doing really good reading all the stuff, but so far not very well. We're going to try to run a triple option again to the left side. I think I might just keep this either way, especially if I really hope that guy bites so this works. He did. We're going to pitch this out to Teague. Teague's not the fastest guy, but he is going to get some good chunk of yards here. If that was Tyson, maybe it would have been a little bit more, but we got to take what we got. We're not a very good team anyways. Teague isn't the worst. He's just kind of slow. I think he's an elusive bruiser build, so he's not very quick on his feet. But Strickland is a little bit more quick. Try to get a juke there. Great tackle by that guy. If our guard could have gotten up there, that would have been a bit nice to, actually get a good block there, because that could have gone for something. Teague will be bringing most of the carries in today, but nice block by the fullback there. Good job by Teague to push forward for a first down. Max McClure gets hurt. Don't love seeing one of our offensive linemen get hurt. We don't have a lot of quality in that realm. It's either 70 overalls or 60s. So struggles all the way. We're going to just chuck this up. I didn't even look, really. That was intercepted. That was terrible. I didn't even look over there to see what the matchup was. I think that might be that's going to be a pick six. Great start. I don't know why I did that. I'm not going to lie. I just chunked it up. I was like, oh, he played really good last week, so he must have cooked the Big Ten D1 corner, who I think, if that's the real life corner, I forget, I'm blanking on his name, but was top first round draft pick, who's going to be one, who's only 5'9", which is goated, but not a good decision by me. It's okay. We're gonna throw at least one, so might as well get it out of the way, right? We're gonna try to bounce this outside. Didn't go anywhere. We're going to be at the 18-yard line. If anything, we'll outgain them in all aspects of the game except for points, because we're just going to turn the ball over multiple times. We're going to run a little PA boot. I think they are heavily expecting a run, and this is going to be a sack. Jesus Christ. Terrible play call by me. We're going to have to go into the gun, or we'll go pistol. I think we can maybe get something working in this range, hopefully. Halfback screen wouldn't be bad. See, Williamson, okay, so that's not their star corner. Maybe I just messed it up, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna throw the check down. I'm kind of glad he dropped it. Nothing was there. They were running cover 2, so yeah. Let's try some crazy stuff. Another play action boot here. I think I'm actually gonna just block Gregory and try to block T. Oh no. Okay. Well, we'll put him on a corner or a swing route. Apparently, we're gonna run our play action, roll out. I don't know how that wasn't a fumble. Thankfully. That looked like a fumble to me, but we'll take it where we got it. This game is going to be rough, fellas. Offensively, we had one good drive, but interception messed us up, and they are getting the ball at the 50-yard line. But we finally get to see how our defense will come out and play against Fernando Mendoza. Heisman Trophy winner, love that guy, but hopefully he doesn't destroy my defense today. I bet they're honestly going to run the ball a lot on us, which kind of sucks, but he's going to almost throw a pick. Please! Oh, my God. How do you not catch that, dude? It literally popped up right to you. First off, great play by the linebacker there to bat it up in the air and not just straight knock it down. This is probably going to be a run here. I'm not going to lie. I might scoot over a little bit. But what a play by the DB or our guys there. That DB just kind of, what are we doing? I know I'm diving, but our nickel over there just kind of watched as he ran around him. Don't love to see that. We're going to just try to rush Terrell. They're going to run the ball eventually, and it's going to get me. No, we're not. We're going to be back there for a great stop. Second down and 12. Indiana. You're not getting any rushing yards today, fellas. I say that. They're probably about to break this for a 36-yard touchdown. Hopefully not, but you never know. They are going to run play action here. We have guys there, man. You guys just got to react to the ball. The awareness of this team is the main killer in overall, for sure. These guys have no idea what's happening in the game. I can just tell. They're not very smart. Fernando Mendoza gets stripped up. We got lucky there. 2 tackles for loss on run plays for the Coast Guard Bears. I probably should have. I think we play FCS, one of the FCS teams next week. I don't remember which one. The Judicials. I forget. I was going to say the direction, but I completely forgot. But, it is what it is. Hopefully we can make it through this game. If we can compete, I'd love to see that. If we can pull off a W, that would be even better. But we keep our expectations reasonable. They're going to run halfback screen. Hopefully we can make a tackle just short. We do, 4th and 3. I bet they're actually going to kick a field goal here. I feel like this actually could be a fake. If I got hit with a fake field goal by the CPU right now, I would be furious. Hopefully we can get a block. Nope. Right down the middle. That's a good drive by the defense. Not allowing a touchdown in that situation really well. If we can go down, score a touchdown, make it a 3-point game, I still believe We have our nice polar bear jerseys. We're the polar bears, buddy. We might be, in the northeast, yeah, northeast corner of the United States, but we're polar bears because that's where those are. Coming back out, 1 minute left in the first quarter. We're gonna try to run this. Didn't work. I don't like how that play works. I don't know why I picked it. I probably will run it again at some point, but I'm not a fan of that at all. I think I might move Teague around at half. Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. Jarvis fumble, please. Okay, fullback ended up with it again. I meant to hold on to it and then pitch it with Xavier, but we picked up 3 yards. I don't remember how many we lost. I think we picked up 3 yards. Yeah. So you love to see that. We're gonna most likely keep this one. Pitch it out to Teague. Hopefully he can get there. He's not very fast. He has a corner. If he can just reach out, he did not. 4th down and 1. We are gonna go for it. We're not in any capacity to not go for it. Is kind of my thought process. We need as many yards and first downs as possible. So hopefully the Maryland eye can help us out. It will. We get a big hole up the middle of Teague. He's just not that fast, but we will take the big first down. He is toeing the rock for a good amount of yards. 6 for 56 is not bad whatsoever. We're going to run play action here. I really hope this post is open. Man, nothing gets me rock solid like a wide open post route. Can we make that throw? It's picked off. Strickland did not really jump how we needed him to. It was there. It was. You can't lie to me. It was there, but we all saw it. But that corner, honestly, perfectly bit down, which was nice. We didn't make the play. I think Strickland's only 5'10", so probably shouldn't be throwing up to that guy. But that's what we got, man. He's more of a halfback screen than a halfback corner route kind of thing. But into the first quarter, we are only down 10-0 to Indiana, so that's not bad. We had -4 rushing yards by them. We're shutting them down, it seems like, but it's okay. We're still cooking. We're doing our jobs on defense so far. Not much on offense. The 2 picks, not ideal, but that's okay. I bet they're gonna run here or throw a screen to run up the middle. They're finally gonna pick up some rushing yards, but still good play. They did get a first down though, sadly. But our guys are playing good on the ground, which is really surprising because Indiana in real life can run the ball. Indiana in real life is a lot better than they are in the game for whatever reason. Only giving the Heisman winner and the national championship team 86 overall is kind of crazy. But you can kind of tell EA doesn't care about this game anymore. They released it and said, fuck it, you're good. But I still enjoy it. So we're going to bring the Coast Guard up to national championships before it's all said and done. Hopefully. Thankfully. If we just believe in the U.S. military, it's the weakest part. Okay. I don't want to say that because that sounds really bad. I was going to say the weakest part of, the military, but the Coast Guard is pretty cool, man. I would join the Coast Guard. I would join the Air Force, but I think if I had to choose out of the other ones, I'd probably do the Coast. I wonder what the Coast Guard does during wars, because they don't really. I bet they just kind of get forced to join the Navy at that point. I honestly have no idea. I should probably look into that. Anyways, 1st down and 10 after the punt. We have a man. Hopefully we can lead it. And what a catch. Holy shit by the tight end. I didn't think he was built like that, but what a catch. We are moving the football. Julius Buford gets hurt, so we have 2nd, 3rd, and now 5th string running back, because 4th string running back was Buford, and he got hurt, so don't want to see that. Anyways, that was a great play, man. The play action worked out well. We're going to roll out with Jarvis. He gets hit immediately in the backfield. Makila Kamara is about to have the game of his career if we keep going towards his side, so we probably should try to stick away from that guy. We're going to run a little bench here, just trying to pick up some yards to make it a manageable 3rd down. Hopefully these corners don't lock our shit up. They did. We're going to check this down real quick to Teague. We'll get a couple yards here. Nothing spectacular. 3rd down and 9. It's more manageable than 3rd down 17 for sure, but still not ideal. We are definitely going to go in the shotgun at this point. Play action wheel. I want to change the play action because it's not going to do anything. Okay, thank God he can hear me. It's like he's standing right the fuck next to me. We're going to roll out. I'm going to just, it was kind of there. I saw some things. Nothing that I was confident in throwing without it being picked. So I could punt this, give him terrible field position, but at this point in the game, I think we just need points. We're going to throw this over to Strickland. He catches that one, but he is out of bounds. Maybe we should really move that guy out of the slot. I don't know how bad our receivers are, that most of our running backs are playing actual receiver in like other positions. But maybe I should really work on recruiting some receivers too. I have Pro L. That's the one guy we're going after. I still have yet to schedule any visits, which it's only week 3, so I guess that's fair. But you kind of hope you can get something. I tried to dive with Terrell to make a tackle. Didn't get it. That didn't look like a first down to me, but I'm not going to waste a timeout trying to challenge something that will probably end up in a first down for him on the next play. So, not worth it whatsoever. We're gonna play Page here. Try to jam Charlie Becker. That didn't work. They're gonna throw over the middle. I'm there. I'm not there. I overcommitted. That's okay. I thought I had it. Dude, I might need to turn down injury. Broken hand, DeMarcus Perkins. Love that. I might need to turn down injuries because we're having a lot of guys get hurt, which is a bit egregious. I didn't think maybe hey man, we're not built for D1. We're used to D3 football. We've never played against this. This is a new level of competition and probably strength as well. The strength programs are usually a lot better for D1 schools, but you know there's some D2 and D3s that know how to work themselves up. That was a great hit. See, example right there. But man, I'm getting real sick. I hope that injuries aren't like a big issue throughout the season. We already lost our starting running back, which is kind of shitty. Tried to make a good play by the DB there. Didn't work. That's all right. This game's going by kind of fast, I feel like, but we're keeping it competitive. That's honestly a shocker so far. They're gonna run it here. Fernando's gonna keep it, and we're gonna get pancaked. Fernando Mendoza. I think there's another injury. I might have to turn down the sliders, or at least just turn injury off for a little bit. Fernando Mendoza struts into the end zone, easy walk in. Our guys got pancaked on the edge and got shut down. So 17-0, 2-minute warning. We got ball to start the game too, so that's not ideal whatsoever. Because we have to get some points in the first half if we even want a chance. Which I'm not saying I give up, but I'm not very confident. There's another guy acting like he's hurt. Are we dead ass right now? Jesus Christ. We might have to try to air the ball out a little bit in this situation, which not our strong suit whatsoever. We're going to throw that. Not a lot of power by Jarvis on that throw. Very obvious. Well, I can't give him the ball. If I give him the ball back too, we're screwed. This is a tough situation. We're going to hand this off to Teague. He tries to fight, gets nothing. Indiana calls a timeout. And then Bruce Sternum, he's out for the game. My goodness, we are not physically ready to compete with the D1 football teams. I don't know how the fuck we beat Air Force last week. I really don't. But we did, so that's going to be a flag somewhere. We're going to just try to run with Jarvis. It's not going to go anywhere. It's probably a holding. It is number 6. Fuck. Do the thing, everyone. 6-7. He's fucking getting kicked off the team. Doug Barlow, I think he's a backup because our actual guy broke his fucking hand somehow. Anyways, we're just going to punt this one off. I would go for it. That's a terrible kick. Maybe we can get a lucky bounce. Who knows? Oh, yeah, go ahead, grab it. Okay. We are in absolute shambles at the moment. It's very obvious we're struggling. But that's okay. We're still competing. If we can make a crazy play right here, that would be pretty sick. We're going to miss a tackle there. Get stiff-armed. Thankfully, we pushed him out of bounds. Jesus Christ, Amar Cooper. Just Jesus. You don't usually see a receiver do that, but that was an elite stiff arm. Can't even lie. I'm trying so hard to bait Fernando Mendoza into throwing a pick. He's going to run another read option on us. You tell me that guy can't fumble. That looked just like the national championship run. I was going to say he can't fumble, but he's a dog. Won the Heisman for a reason. Might have to key on the quarterback at this point because he is kind of running the ball a lot on us. They're going to run another read option probably. I had to move the linebacker to try to not allow Mendoza to just run outside, so the middle is wide open. We're actually going to go double mug. I'm going to run mid blitz. I know we're ass, so this is all I have to my name. Please don't shit on me. This very well could be another Mendoza keeper. Thankfully, it's not. He's going to try to throw to Charlie Becker. I'm on that. Somehow don't make a play. Hate to see that, but we stopped him before he could get in the end zone. They have not used any timeouts. As I say that, they do. The play clock is not running whatsoever, which was kind of weird. Like, there was no movement. But that's okay. We're going to move Terrell out. Hopefully we can make a play. We do, but we tackle him into the end zone. Indiana is going to go up 24-0 in the first half. This game is not looking mucho bueno. No mucho bueno at all. Mucho mal, for sure. That's some Spanish on there. You didn't know I knew that, did you? That's right. That's that high school Spanish class right there. Can Moore catch this ball? He does at a weird angle. We're going to try to take this one out. Try to spin. I think we maybe got to the... I was going to say the 15. I didn't have that much confidence, but we'll take the 18. I think the big issue with this game so far is that we have tried to pass the ball a lot, but we have also been down a lot of points early, so we're trying to do what we can. If I can get a field goal out of this, at least that's like we're trying, right? We're going to block Buford Jr. I thought he was hurt. Guess not. We're going to sit in the backfield. Nobody picked that guy up. We're just going to go to half. I'm not going to lie. No one picked that guy up. That was embarrassing to see. I would snap it, but Indiana would probably just call a timeout and then somehow get a field goal. I will snap it, actually. Bring our guy in motion. Try to get a couple yards. Teague bullied. And that will be the last play of the first half. So going into halftime, we are getting absolutely dominated. 24-0. This is kind of what we expected. It's Indiana. They're playing really well offensively. No penalties, just like real life. That's kind of what they do. Offensively for us, we are not doing so good. We are struggling to the max. We are going to kick this one off. Decent kick. Gets to the end zone. Let's see if he actually returns it. I think he will. Strickland's on the kickoff team. Hopefully he can make a tackle. Nope. Nothing's going to happen there. If we can start this half with getting a stop, and then we can just, maybe score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion, I'll have hope. I really will. I really just want points at this point. This is honestly, I still don't think it's as bad as the Maryland game, because the Maryland game was 4 picks. That was the reason we lost that game. I think if anything, it would have been more competitive if we didn't throw that many, obviously. But I think at the moment we're doing just fine. They're going to run a halfback draw. They tried to reach for the first down, but our guy makes a great tackle, and Himby's hurt, so that's a good sign for us if Black wasn't their second-string running back, who's pretty much just as good as Himby. I'm not going to lie. They're going to hand it off to him. We're going to shoot the gap. I missed entirely. That's not what you love to see. Black with a good run there. I bet I was going to say something bad. Glad I didn't say that. I might want a job in the future. Digital footprint is a real thing. They're just running the ball on us. Can we not make... Oh, my goodness, guys. Can we please make a tackle? This is Lee Beebe Jr. This isn't even Black. Beebe Jr. is pretty good, though. And if you watched any of Bengals stuff, he didn't think Lee Beebe Jr. was that good. But we saw this year that he was all right, man. Okay, first down 10. They're driving. They're draining some clock for sure. I bet that's their tactic. We're going to dive. Great tackle in the backfield. We finally got one. We've been very close a couple times this drive, and we just whiff entirely on the tackle, but they're going to actually throw it here. I bet it's going to be... We got to Mendoza. I wasn't even looking. Jaron Love gets to Fernando Mendoza for the big sack. D-line is actually playing pretty well. I will give it to them. But secondary, not so much. Good play. If we can at least get a coverage sack here, that would be pretty nice. They're obviously throwing the ball. We're going to sit over the middle because they will do something. They're going to throw that up. Play the swat. Please, God. Great play. Our DBs are pretty good when it comes to just guarding, jump balls. So far, I think we got mossed in the first game. If I remember correctly, I'm actually not sure. But good play so far when it comes to just being able to swat the ball. Now, when it comes to other things... We don't talk about that. But we do get a stop, so I might actually make Jarvis throw a little bit here. Scary to think about, I'm not going to lie. But Scooter Page is in. This guy's a dog, usually. We will throw to Strickland. It wasn't there. I think the only reason that go ball, on the back end or over there, looked like it was about to be open, but I think that was just because the corner bit because we obviously threw the ball already. Williamson looked like he almost beat his man. The flats was wide open. Jarvis gets sacked again. He's got some wear and tear going, for sure. I understand, buddy. His throw power is now 78 overall because he has 86 and it's a down -8, so I don't know how this is going to go. He's going to get fucking sacked again. Jesus Christ. I get that it's Indiana's D-line, man, but you got to give our guys some time just to do anything back there. Barely have time to scan the field. Good punt here, it looks like. Let's see if he fair catches it. He does. So at least they're not starting within our own side of the field. This game's rough. I'm not going to lie. Please let me play FCS now. I'm ready. I had some hope coming in because they weren't the craziest overall. Hopefully our guy can make a tackle there. That's a great tackle. You know, there's, besides, like, I think they have what? It was a pick 6, wasn't it? Or just an interception. I can't remember. But other than that, Mendoza has a touchdown. We're playing not the worst football. I'm not going to lie. There's a pick 6 right there. There's Solomon. He's going to give us a spark that we really needed. If the offense can't do it, let our defense. Pick 6. First for the Coast Guard Dynasty. We're actually going to just go for 2. That was a beautiful play. They've ran that before this game, so we were able to lurk it a little bit. You love to see it. You love to see it. We are going to move him. I think we move him on an out route, too. We're just going to do slants in it. Out route. Ain't nothing's there. I'm going to throw that as a beautiful ball. If we can catch it, we can't. I think going for 2 was the right, because we're banking on scoring 3 touchdowns at that point. Like, it's still, if anything, it's going to be the same situation. We just need to get our chance in while we can. I don't want to rely on getting 4 good drives. I'd rather rely on 3. But now we are relying on 4. And we haven't done anything offensively, but defensively, we got the only points of the game. So maybe we can do it again. If we can get another great stop by the defense, that would be very much appreciated. They're going to run this one here. Mendoza hands off to Lee Beebe Jr. He gets about 1 yard, so not a bad play for us. We will take it for sure. They're probably going to run something short. They're going to throw slants. Great play, getting a tackle through Becker. That's pretty nice. So 3rd down, once again, another quick 3rd down force by the Coast Guard. If they can actually get a stop here, that would look pretty good for the resume. Maybe making a comeback. I doubt it, but we're going to sit right here just in case. He's got a man over the field. That's wide open. There are too many open routes. I probably should have left the hitch route, but I didn't think that I was the only guy doing that, even though that was my zone. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking he was going to try to throw something quick, and he did not. So they're going to run a halfback draw again, and we're there in the backfield to make a play, but nobody can wrap up immediately until the safety comes down and makes a tackle in the backfield. We have a lot of tackles for loss this game, which I must say is quite impressive. We're pretty good at that. So that's a plus. He's going to have that guy over the middle. I saw it. I couldn't get there. I was hoping that Freeman would react, but again, awareness really lackluster for this team. It's very, very obvious that like that and play rec are low on the defensive side of the ball. Athletic ability, not the worst, but I say that as we just got cooked by Becker. Oh, I saw it too. I saw him get cooked off the route. My guy didn't even animate to at least try to swat it. I tried to get a pick because I felt personally that he had the ability to reach his hands up, but I must have not known he was a paraplegic and only worked from the waist down. And because obviously his brain doesn't work either. So we're going to be able to take this back. We got a nice hole up the middle. We've gotten some decent kick returns out of this. Nothing crazy. Jarvis is struggling. I know. He is rough. This is not kind of how this play is supposed to look, so we'll see what happens here. We're going to throw this to Teague. Hopefully he can make a man miss. He gets about 5 yards out of that. That's not bad. We are going to try to run some hurry up here. Triple option. Go back to the bread and butter of what worked. Let's see if it actually does here. We're going to hand this one off to Strickland. He gets a nice hole wide up the middle. Wide, but he's hurt. So every run, we're going to turn injury sliders down because this is a bit egregious at this point. I think my whole team is injured. I want to play the games with feasible players. Good block by the tight end. We're only going to get 3 yards. Teague is not very fast. Bruised ankle. Let's wrap that shit in a heavy ankle spat and put that guy back on the field. It doesn't really matter at this point. We got a fullback if we need somebody. We're going to hand this ball off because I don't trust anyone else. Decent blocks. Stephen Daly. I thought that was about to be Strickland again. I was like, man, that ankle wrap did nothing. 3rd down and 5. Hopefully we can at least get a guy open. We're going to throw with anticipation on out route. Great ball, great catch. I say great ball. It wasn't the worst, not the best. So we'll take it for sure. We're making a nice drive here. Third quarter, almost the end of it with 30 seconds left. Try to get some blocks up the middle. We get pushed forward for about 4 yards, so we'll take that at least. That was definitely not T. He just got pushed forward. Good job not getting pushed backwards, I guess. We'll give him that credit. Jarvis takes a snap in the backfield. We're going to throw the check down real fast to the tight end, who gets his first down and then fumbles, but thankfully our offensive lineman is recovered. Didn't mean to reach. Kind of was going for more of a truck. But, that's the part. I bet our carrying on most of these guys aren't very good, especially this tight end. He's a tight end. Check down. Throw it, please, God. Just throw the check down. That guy was about to get another sack on poor Jarvis. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. We are now down 6-31. If we can at least make this final score not look that bad, get some good stats, it might help with recruiting. I don't know. It might help with, play style if we can actually do something. But it's really, really looking like we might lose the game with only 5 minutes left. I'm going to put Williamson on a little out route here. I think if I put him on a slant and then him on a slant, there might be something cool there. We'll see. Williamson has a guy, or tries to run a route, but the DB played that beautiful. That was crazy. That guy played that perfectly. I don't think I've ever seen an out route get played better than in real life, ever. That's an NFL corner right there. I think that was a guy I threw the pick to earlier as well, so makes sense. And they're gonna get a nice, good chunk of yardage just to get out of the danger zone for them. I'm very tempted to sim. I might turn on shoot clock just to end the game a little bit faster. I kind of wish they would, but I missed a tackle there. Our corners are getting pancaked by the receivers. God damn, dude. I don't think I've ever seen receivers block this good. I get we're not very good, but getting pancaked by them is crazy. 13's a big dude. I forget his name in real life, but he's a big guy in real life. And in the game, apparently. 3 minutes. Oh, they do have shoot clock on. Thank goodness. At least they're not. Kirkson, he might never smile, but he's not the biggest asshole. He respects the military. Oh, I was there again. I was hoping he learned from his last mistake. We were about to get 2 defensive touchdowns in a game and 0 offensive touchdowns. That's the most D3 stat against a D1 team you could ask for, honestly. Nobody's there. Hopefully we can make a tackle. We do. It makes me feel better that they're just running the clock out, kind of. I wish they kind of would have just ran the ball up the middle and then punted it back to us. Give us some false hope of doing something, maybe. Or, Jarvis will get hurt, because who isn't getting hurt? Example, there's another guy. Even for their team, they've gotten a lot of injuries. So, I think we might just have to turn the sliders down a bit. We're going to shoot the gap. Great tackle there, and then another Indiana injury. It's always the offensive lineman, it looks like. I don't get that. I get it's the nitty gritty down there in the trenches, but oh, what a move! We got there, and that was a beautiful. Jesus Christ! Even when we make a beautiful play on the edge, we can't look at the spin. Oh, I want to replay on that real fast. This was a user play, by the way. Look at the spin off their star tackle, and then we hit Fernando as he's throwing the ball. But our corners cover 2. They don't. There's a hole shot. That may be one of the best throws I've ever seen. Getting hit, throwing a beautiful hole shot against cover 2. He won the Heisman for a reason, buddy. That's insane. Even for the game, that's kind of insane. You don't see that shit in video games. Fernando's gonna get another rushing touchdown, another read option. 3 rushes, I think. 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy cooked on the ground. If Indiana needed some motivation to recover from a loss, this was definitely a good game for it. 6-36 or 6. I wish it was 6-36. At least give us the 2-point differential. We're gonna get a nice return by B. Virginia. Even though we're losing by about 4 scores, realistically 5. I think we played all right. We've had some turnovers, or we've had a lot of guys get hurt, but we've moved the ball. I can kind of understand how we beat Air Force. Air Force isn't very good, so if we're able to beat them, who knows? Maybe we'll actually win a couple games this year. That's a good throw by Jarvis to Williamson. Lucky that wasn't picked with how much that floated in the air. Surprised that guy didn't undercut it immediately. Do we not have any run audibles? We do not. We have triple option. Fuck it, we'll run triple option. I'm most likely trying to hand this off to the fullback. No, we're going to keep it. And then we're going to pitch this real quick to Teague, who's going to get a nice gap on the edge. You know, if he was fast, man, that guy has some opportunities. He has had a good game, though. I can't shit on him too much. Coming in as the backup, he's actually played quite well with 74 yards on 11 attempts. So he's just not very fast. So he's not breaking away or anything, but he's getting some nice carries. Hasn't done anything crazy. Jarvis, he's throwing 2 picks, which, to be fair, when your offensive line is letting you get sacked that fast, it's kind of part of it, you know. We're going to throw this short to Scooter, because we love Scooter. Get him a catch. He gets just shoved out of bounds. Really bitched, I'm not going to lie. 49 seconds, 3rd down 6. If anything, we'll get a field goal. We'll attempt one. I don't know if we'll get it, but we'll attempt one. We're going to throw the check down here, try to bounce this out. Get a 1st down. We're going to be just short. I think I am going to... fuck it. Who needs a field goal? We'll just run halfback dive right up the middle of the Teague. They don't have anyone in the middle. If this gets stuffed somehow, I'm going to be furious. He did not get it. Oh, my God. They didn't have any guy right where we were running. I get it's not the best play concept, but Jesus Christ, guys, you're getting... Our offensive line just got bitched there. I'm not going to lie. That was insane. They're going to run a direct snap to the running back. Lee Beebe Jr. makes a guy miss. He's going to try to get his touchdown in. Let's guys, please. Oh, my God. That was just unnecessary. I get he wanted a touchdown, but damn. You don't just got to do it like that. I should have just let the clock run and kick a field goal. We're going to hit your kicker. Fuck you. We're hitting your kicker now. Yeah. Yeah, 27. You tell him. We're doing stuff. Goodness. 45-6. This is what we expected with this game. So, yeah. You always have to play somebody good. You got to make it an entertaining season, right? Because this is super entertaining. Losing by 39 points. Why would you not want to watch this? It's fine. We're just going to try pretty much finish out this game. We're going to throw it to Strickland over the middle. Just get a couple more yards. I mean, it's over, obviously. But we like stats. If we can have some stats, that'd be cool. We're going to run Strickland on a wheel route. Maybe he can get open here. We're just going to take another hit. I meant to put him originally on Texas, but I was like, oh, wheel route works too. No, it takes too long. We'll probably throw to Scooter Page here. I'm not going to lie. A little check down to Scooter Page, yeah. Playing like MMG, and that will, I'm just let that be the last play of the game. I'm not going to lie. It's like we're running a Hail Mary. The coach suggested said Hail Mary, so now I feel obligated to run it. We'll just run it. I don't even know if Jarvis can throw the ball this far. I'm not going to lie. 55 yards with 76 throw power. As long as he can get a chance, he's got time to step up into it. It does not make it that far. Can we get a catch? Nope. That's the last play of the game. So we need a quarterback with a stronger arm as well. Not going to lie. But we take a big loss here. 1 touchdown was by a pick 6, which was a great play, but no touchdowns offensively. We lose 45-6 on the road at Indiana. Fernando Mendoza balls out. No shocker there. Not a very good game by your U.S. Coast Guard Bears. They, big opponent. We're 0-2 against Big Ten teams, so that's just how it goes. We're 1-2. 1-2 though. We're not on a losing streak. Well, technically we are, but a long one. Looking at stats, Jarvis was 15 for 27. Every game we try to throw the ball a lot, we lose. So maybe we keep that in mind. 15 for 27, 132 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. It is what it is, not the best. Teague coming in. He did okay. 12 for 75, no touchdowns. Jarvis had 6 rushes for negative 32 yards with how many times he got sacked. I think it was like 5. Strickland had 3 carries for 21 yards. Receiving, Teague had 4 for 22, so almost 100 yards for that guy. But McClawler had 3 for 39. Kind of a stepped up, shocking game by him. Foreman had 2 for 22. Page had 2 for 10. Strickland had 2 for 18. Williamson had 1 for 14. And then Gregory had 1 for 7. So, offensively, it says we only allowed 2 sacks. That's a damn lie. We got sacked like 5 times. We did have the 1 pick by Nico Solomon, which was returned for 37-yard pick 6. So, first defensive touchdown of the U.S. Coast Guard Dynasty. You love to see that. Not bad at all. We had a lot of tackles for loss, it felt like. I feel like that's a good amount of guys that at least had one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. and then 1 sack. And Chase Freeman led the team in tackles. Didn't even get a chance to kick because we went for 2. So that was a rough game, fellas. I'm not gonna lie, but we got FCS next week, so hopefully that will be a W, and we can go to 2-2 on the season. That would look good for the recruiting aspects of us. But thank you, fellas, for tuning into this game. I will pick up in week 4 in the next episode. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. I bet it's mostly gentlemen, but you never know. I could be smooth with it, you know. Your mom likes to watch my videos, so who knows. But make sure to stay handsome. Thank you for tuning in. Love you, fellas. Peace.